She cheated death and gained the ability to see the future. Welcome. Hi, I'm Samuel, and I share stories about people who have had near-death experiences. If you enjoy these videos, please consider giving them a thumbs up, subscribing, and hitting the bell icon to stay updated on new content. It's free, and it helps the channel grow. So sit back, relax with a cup of coffee or tea, and let's dive into today's experience. Before my surgery, a medical student from my college was in the room with other doctors and nurses. I saw the gas in my mask and started counting down from 10. When I reached 7, the room seemed darker, but I could still see my doctor working on me. I noticed my dad among the doctors, even though he wasn't really there. He and my mom were in Panama, while I was in Costa Rica about to have my baby. While I was lying down for surgery, I suddenly found myself sitting up and talking to my dad. I could see my body lying down, and everyone else in the room was busy. They tried CPR, but eventually they all left, leaving only my doctor and my dad. I felt a strange force lifting my body, and as I ascended through the ceiling, I could move freely and see through walls. At first, I peeked back into the surgery room to make sure it wasn't a dream. Seeing it again, I realized I was experiencing something extraordinary. So, I decided to go with this strange force rather than staying in the room. In the surgery room, everything was bright and filled with energy. I felt pulled towards a place with bright clouds, where I felt happy and full of light. I noticed that my arms and legs looked different. They were made of a glowing material. I wore a white dress made of light, and I felt beautiful. Even though I couldn't see my face, I knew it was pretty. My voice sounded young, like a teenager mixed with my childhood tone. However, my mind felt older, like I was 23. Suddenly, a blinding light approached me. It was so intense that I had to cover my face. But I wanted to see him, even if it meant going blind. He had wings and eyes brighter than anything I had seen before. I couldn't see his face clearly because of the intense light. He spoke to me in a gentle voice, saying that I couldn't stay. I felt weak and started to cry. I asked him why I had to go back when my past life had been painful. I wanted to go home, to where I belonged. I pointed to a bright, shiny light on my left side, which I knew was the way home. He explained that crying meant I wasn't doing what I was supposed to do. He held me and gave me strength, like a mother comforting her child. He said I had been sent there by mistake, and that I had to go back to accomplish many things before coming there again. I asked him, which things? He said, try to help several people. I said, how and why me? Send somebody else. Even after death, we still have the same attitude, refusing to do things and refusing to learn more about the facts of life. You go now. I refused one more time, seemingly growing in energy enough to fight him. Then, a third time, he said, you must go now. His voice was urgent, as if afraid that I was not going to make it back. Somehow, I understood that I was losing my path back to my body and that I would not have a chance there or here. His voice was so powerful that his last statement was, you need to go now. I felt pushed back, entering my body through my feet. I refused once again because I needed to ask him one more thing. When would I be back? He said, you will know. Then, I entered my body through my feet and hit my head on the inside. When I opened my eyes, everything around me was metal doors, people on metal tables, and one body atop another. I recognized the place. I was in the morgue. Ice clung to my eyelashes and my body felt cold. I couldn't feel anything, not even able to move my neck or talk. Sleepiness washed over me. I knew if I closed my eyes, I would wake up stored away 2 or 3 hours later. Suddenly, I heard voices and forced my eyes open again. 2 male nurses were discussing where to place the next body, standing beside my table. Summoning all my energy, I managed to blink repeatedly to make eye contact with one of them. It took immense effort. He looked at me, startled, and said to his partner, look, she is moving her eyes. Then, with a nervous laugh, they hurried away, saying, let's go, this place is scary. Inside, I screamed, please don't leave. When they returned, an old man accompanied them, sitting on a metal table. At least he had the strength to sit down, though he couldn't speak either. I dared not close my eyes until the nurses and doctors arrived. All I heard was chaos, questions about who sent this patient to the morgue, and angry doctors. I kept my eyes shut until I was certain I was far away from that place. I didn't regain consciousness until 3 or 4 days later. I experienced long periods of sleep followed by short awake spells. Initially, I couldn't speak. On the 5th day, I started moving my arms and legs, followed by more sleep. Later that day, doctors explained that I had been sent there by mistake and needed observation due to their error. One doctor mentioned I could fight the hospital for their mistake. With therapy, I gradually regained my ability to walk, though I was still hesitant to talk or engage in many activities after this experience. Once again, the angel or person on the other side showed me that we may think we act independently, but we must face the consequences of our actions. One crucial lesson I learned is that there's no time to waste on wrongdoing. We must strive to do good for our own sake in the afterlife. It's akin to saving in a bank. What you invest is what you'll receive in the end. After my surgery, I couldn't remember anything, but every year since, I've had visions of what happened during the surgery. These visions usually occur when I'm sitting and relaxed. In my daily life, I foresee significant events happening to those around me. Sometimes I wish these visions would cease, which is why I keep myself busy and tired. If I'm exhausted, the visions don't come. Even then, I hear a male voice guiding me, advising me on what to do or not to do, seemingly looking out for me. I always hear his voice on the right side of my brain. In the hospital, I can sense when a patient urgently needs help. That concludes today's experience. I'm eager to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Until next time, stay safe and continue to be blessed.